This is Freedom Global News. This is Freedom Global News. This is Freedom Global News.
Kano State Governor to present 2023 proposed budget next month. Kano State Government to provide 8 local governments with 500,000 naira each for the construction and repairs of toilets to curb public defecation.
This is Freedom Global News.
And on the foreign scene, Kenya's newly appointed President, William Ruto, in his first day in office, orders to reverse some of the policies of his predecessors.
Global News.
Good evening, you listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Today is the 14th of September 2022, which is equivalent to the 14th of Safar 1444 after Hijri. And now the news in full. The Kano State Governor, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduji, said the state government will present the 2023 proposed budget to the State House of Assembly next month. The governor stated this today during the weekly State Executive Council meeting. Governor Ganduji noted that the State House of Assembly will conclude with the public hearing of the budget by December. During the State Executive Council meeting, which is the first with the newly appointed commissioners, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduji urged them to be up and doing for the state in order to complete the ongoing projects.
So the permanent secretaries were just holding on. So I believe taking control of your perspective. There are some ministries that we have World Bank projects, and I hope you will pay attention to that. I know for water resources, we have a project with French Development Agency. For agriculture, we have Islamic Development Bank. And for budget also, we have
Correspondent Zara Unasi reports that the State Executive Council meeting was attended by the Chief of Staff, Deputy Governor, Secretary to the State Government, among the others. The Kano State House of Assembly has passed the Kano Road Traffic Agency 2021 Amendment Bill into law. The House has approved the passage of the law during today's plenary session, presided over by the Speaker of the House, Engineer Hamisu Ibrahim Chideri, after its deliberation at the Committee of the Whole. After the third reading of the bill by the Clerk of the House, Malam Garibabak Ogizawa, the Speaker, Engineer Hamisu Ibrahim Chideri, announced the passage of the bill.
The House agreed with the third reading of this bill. By this, a bill for a law to provide for the amendment of Kano Road Traffic Agency Law 2012-1443 AH with the amendment and other matters connected therewith is hereby passed.
Correspondent Awal Hassan Fagir reports that the House has called on the state government to rehabilitate the shoulder on the road linking Dawakin, Tufa, Bichi, Bagwai, Shanono, and Gwarzo local government areas, as well as constructing drainages. And on the sporting arena, Nigeria athletes to the just concluded Commonwealth Games in Birmingham will be given a heroic welcome by the federal government at Aston Villa tomorrow. Mamasan Oba has details of this and other sports updates.
The Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Sunday Dare, will lead all invited athletes to the warm reception at the Aso Villa. Dare had applauded the excellent performance of the team, which led to the harvest of 35 medals, lifting the country to the 7th position on the world record of sporting countries. The minister particularly thanked God and athletes for the heroic performance at the games, while also appreciating President Muhammadu Buhari for accepting to host the heroes and heroines of Nigeria and creating the enabling environment that ensure the realization of the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Meanwhile, ahead of the September 30th Nigeria Football Federation elections, key stakeholders from across the country have appealed to the electorate to vote wisely by voting the right candidate, saying their decision will make all Nigerians football. The meeting, which was put together by Nigeria Football Progressive Forum, comprising State Football Association chairman, technocrats, grassroots football promoters, club owners and journalists, was aimed at finding a common ground and lasting solutions to issues bedeviling Nigerians football using the September 30 elections slated for Benin in Edo State. The convener of the forum, Chidi Okonko, said the election will spell doom or change the fortune of Nigerians football and urged the electorate to vote wisely. In another update, the board of the League Management Company Limited LMC says its attention has been drawn to a media release from the Ministry of Youth and Sport Development to the effect that the federal government has declared the LMC illegal, urging stakeholders to remain calm while it engages the ministry in conjunction with the Nigeria Football Federation. In a statement, the league organizer said the LMC Limited wishes to call for calm from all its participating clubs, sponsors and partners and stakeholders, as it will, in conjunction with the NFF, be engaging the sport ministry to provide clarifications to ensure all parties are on the same page and keep acting within the realm of its authority. And on tennis, new world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz is hoping to get a chance to meet Roger Federer before the Swiss retires from the game. Federer, who turned for 12 last month, has not really played much over the last 2.5 years. However, Federer is expected to return to action at this month's Lava Cup. Muhammad Sanuba, Freedom Radio.
The Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradionig.com. Welcome back. You still listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. The Kano State government says it will provide 8 local governments with 500,000 naira each every month for the construction and repair of toilets. The funds will be provided ahead of declaring local governments free from open defecation at the end of this month by experts. The Commissioner Ministry for Local Government, Lamin Sani, stated this today at the continuation of the distribution of personal protective equipment and environmental cleaning that the Ministry of Local Government usually conducts at the end of every month. Lamin Sani, who was represented by the Director of Water, Sanitation, Environment and Hygiene, Alhaji Yahya Nuhudambata, said that it is a shame that Nigeria ranks first in open defecation after taking the title from India.
These are local governments. Bishi, Madobi, Taka, Gwarzo, Minjibir, Kumboso, Dawakin Kudu, and Kaba local government councils. We hope to validate these local governments to make them open defecation free by the end of this month, September. Official validators are coming from Abuja. At the end of this month, they will go around, validate, and ensure that nobody defecates in the open in these 8 local government councils. To this end, the State Ministry for Local Government have been assisting the local governments with 500,000 naira monthly, which is being used for repairs of minor repairs of toilets, minor repairs of water supplies in these toilets, and supply of sanitation materials in their public areas.
Alhaji Yahya Nuhudambata added that there is a need to revive the laws that the local governments put in place, as well as sensitize the rural communities about the implications of open defecation to their health.
Nigeria used to be the second after India in open defecation in the world, but India has now left the first position. Nigeria is now on the number 1 position on open defecation. We are trying as much as possible to do away with that trend. To do away with that trend, we need some.
Correspondent Muhammad Abdulkarim Tukuntawa reports that the heads of the Department of Water, Sanitation, Environment and Hygiene of of the Ministry of the Local Government have been given products to improve the health of the people of Kano. The Nigeria Association of Women Journalists NAWOJ says the caretaker committee inaugurated 1 month ago will continue to oversee the association's affairs until the elections are held. The vice president of the association Northwest Zone, Hajiya Halima Musa, stated this today at a Congress meeting organized by the association. Correspondent Aisha Muhammad El-Liman reports.
The Vice President of the Association Northwest Zone, Hajiya Halima Musa, said considering the effort being put in place by the caretaker committee, the association find it very encouraging to allow them continue handling the affairs of the association.
Congress, they are satisfied. The Congress are the one to stamp the caretaker committee, which they have done. We are happy for them. We are going to communicate in due process.
On our part, the chairman NAWOJ Electoral Committee, Hajiya Aisha Suli, said the election will hold any moment.
It's a great success for us at NAWOJ because we met as stakeholders of NAWOJ and took a resolution that the caretaker committees that is in place should continue to hold the association pending the time we resolve issues and conduct elections.
Also, the chairman of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ, Kano State Chapter, Comrade Abbas Ibrahim, urges the committee to adhere within the constitution of the association in order to move it forward.
Well, I would like to appeal to the caretaker committee, now executives, whom will be sworn in soon, to live up to expectation and to abide strictly by the constitutional provisions of our great unions.
Women journalists attended the Congress within the states. Aisha Muhammad El-Liman, Freedom Radio.
On this day, 14 September 2018, Nigeria's former Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, tendered her resignation letter to President Muhammadu Buhari, admitting that she realized that the NYSC certificate she had presented to be appointed as minister was not genuine. Haidar Ali Isa has more on this.
The former minister admitted using a fourth exemption certificate of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, which she presented for her appointment in 2015. Mrs. Adeosun had resigned her position in the wake of Premium's Time report exposing the scandal in September 2018. The report revealed how Mrs. Adeosun skipped the mandatory National Youth Service scheme and procured a fourth certificate purporting to have exempted her from the one-year mandatory exercise. She admitted presenting the same fraudulent certificate for her earlier appointment as Commissioner for Finance of Ogun State in 2011. Haidar Ali Isa, Freedom Radio.
On the foreign scene, Kenya's President William Ruto, in his first day in office, gave orders to reverse some of the policies of his predecessor, Uhuru Kenyatta. Muhammad Abdullahi reports.
President Ruto appoints 6 judges nominated by the Judicial Service Commission 3 years ago, who Mr. Kenyatta has snooped on claims they were tainted. The new president also indicated that he will scrap food and fuel subsidies. He said they were costly and ineffective. Mr. Ruto also said all cargo clearance will be reverted to Mombasa Port, a rollback of Mr. Kenyatta's order that saw port services transferred to Naivasha to ensure repayment of Chinese loan taken for the construction of a railway between the port of Mombasa and the capital, Nairobi. The policy positions were part of Mr. Ruto's campaign promises. Meanwhile, the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, has visited Izium after his country's troops retook the city during an ongoing counter-offensive against Russian forces in the northern east part of the country. Ukraine says it has seized some of 8,000 square kilometers of the territory in the country since the beginning of the month, most in the country's northern east Kharkiv region. Prosecutors said they had found 6 bodies bearing traces of torture in a recently retaken village in the region and announced the formation of investigative team. After Zelensky arrived in Izium today, the Ukrainian flag was raised in front of the burned-out City Hall building in the largely devastated town. Muhammad Abdullahi, Freedom Radio.
And with this, we've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Have a wonderful evening.
This is Freedom.